Can you tell me a little bit about your background and why you decided to run for city council?
So one of the things, I'm a teacher and a principal. I've lived here my whole life. Was a teacher and principal, retired after 31 years here in Colorado Springs as a part of District 11. And I had this urge to serve the community. So I ran for House District 18, and in that process knocked on about 6,000 doors and found that most of the things that people were concerned about were local issues. And so when that election cycle went through, I said, I can do city council, I can do this, because all politics is local. And really the bottom line is I want this community to be a community that my kids and your kids and grandkids can grow up in and have affordable living and affordable housing and be safe and be connected.
Which skills do you think you could bring to the table having been a principal?
So it's really an interesting experience being a principal, because there's so many different voices, there's so many different things. You're juggling limited resources and limited time, and making decisions that include the whole community. If you don't, if we surprise the community with a decision, it's not going to go well. And I learned how to get people to collaborate, how to get them to listen to one another, how to come up with ideas that were creative. And in the process of that, we also were able to look at data and evidence and say, this is how we can make a decision. That experience over the last 14 years as a principal really did help.
Which issues would be top of mind for you?
Yeah, affordable housing, affordable living, affordable wages. Homelessness is a real hot topic, and it's so complex. I know the city is moving in directions, but we need to continually have a city council that's working that issue as well. And then for me, public safety. I know our response times, both our police and fire, are on the edge of our needs, and we want to make sure as we continue to grow that we're getting the help we need at the time we need it. And then last but not least is this idea, as we continue to grow, we haven't connected our communities together. We have some great neighborhoods, we have some great parts of our city, and we just need to make sure that we're connected, whether that's through transportation or broadband or just anything like that.
As you know, these at-large seats are supposed to represent the city as a whole. So how do you think you represent the city as a whole?
Well, as a lifelong resident of Colorado Springs, I've been here for 55 years, and that tells you what my age is. I have been either served as a principal or been in schools all throughout the city. And that's a real huge benefit, having the pulse of the city, whether it's southeast part, the northeast part, we lived in Northwest, and we live now in Old Colorado City. So it's really, we have lived in all aspects of the city, and we know that there are different issues and there are different priorities and different strengths that each of them have.
Looking at city council now, what would you do differently?
There's an involvement piece that I see, because I know there's lots of controversial things that have come around, and I see the core problem with some of these controversies are involving the community. And again, going back to my school experience, being able to bring people in to help make decisions. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes hard work, it takes listening. And that's something that I do very well and I do naturally. And this would be one of those areas that I think I could bring an improvement to City Council, is giving, not only listening, but giving people voice.
Can you explain your approach to one of the issues that you mentioned, whether it be affordable housing, homelessness, just what your approach would be to tackling one of those issues?
Let's say affordable housing. I know that City Council has the options of some different incentives along the way, and I know that right now there's a huge backlog. 24,000 I think was the estimate of affordable houses that are needed, and really we can only really muster about 1,000 a year, and so I think that's a huge priority. And so again, keeping everything of our incentives focused on that problem would be it's the only way we're going to be able to make it happen.
Do you summarize your platform in one sentence?
Yeah, affordable living, affordable jobs, safe communities, and connected communities.